Drip campaigns are Shape's bread and butter when it comes to automating your outreach to your leads, contacts, past closed accounts, etc. Depending on your industry template, you'll already have a ton of campaigns in here ready for you to use and take advantage of. They are set up on best practices in your industry. When it comes to reaching out, how often should you do it? What cadence should you use? What content should you use as well? They are all set up ready for you to activate and use out of the box. They are set up in different folders just to keep everything organized. You can always create your own custom folders right here in the top right to organize your campaigns so that you don't have so many campaigns to sort through at once. You can just break them up into different sections and tackle them that way. With our drip campaigns as well, you can duplicate any of the pre-made workflows. So if you want to use what we have and just kind of build on it without getting rid of the original campaign, you can always duplicate it. It will make a copy. You'll see at the end it'll have copy in the name, and you are free to edit this without losing the setup in the original campaign. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and check mark and delete that copy so it's not taking up space in this demo. And we'll go ahead and open up one of these drip campaigns. Drip campaigns can seem intimidating at first, but they are very, very simple. They just operate off of what status that record reaches. So when they hit the status of new lead, that is what will start this drip campaign. They also end off of status. So while they're in new lead, they're going to be getting emails and texts and tasks being created and all that good stuff. But if we change their status to contacted follow-up, scheduled appointment, actively working, etc., it's going to stop this campaign in its tracks so that Shape can start another drip campaign that's just more appropriate for where that person is now. With your campaigns, you can give it a name, just something unique so that you know what the campaign does and what it is set up to do. Then you will have your record types. Sometimes you will want every record type included if they hit new lead. Sometimes you will only want one record type included when they hit new lead. So it just depends on what your goal is for that campaign, which record types at the top you want included in the start status. Then you'll also have advanced conditions. These are conditions you can add on top of that status change as a few additional checks. For example, they have to have the tag of contacted when they hit new lead in order to start on the drip campaign. Same thing with any additional tags that you want to add on top of that as well. You can always make that more specific based on tags, including or excluding specific sources, and which user or user groups should be eligible for this drip campaign to start. If you set like a specific user, then only records assigned to that one user can start this drip campaign. Same thing if you choose a team or a department as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave this as all users. Then we have some additional filtering down below where we can add custom filters on top of this. So with custom filters, they use Boolean logic, so you can really do anything with them. A good example would be if you want to look at the interest rate and say, hey, only records with an interest rate that is greater than, let's say, 8% can start this campaign. If it's less than that, they cannot. So you can get really, really detailed and really minute with the campaigns. Then you'll also have holiday exclusions. These are optional, but recommended if you don't want campaigns to be reaching out on holidays. You can always add holiday exclusions. So let's say we don't want anything going out on Thanksgiving. We can add that. We don't want anything going out on Christmas. We can add that as well. So you just kind of build those out just depending on what you want to make sure, drip campaigns aren't reaching out on those days. As kind of a greater control, you have a run schedule you can add to control sending times for when the drip campaigns actually send. So, for example, if you only want emails and texts from this campaign to go out Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, you can toggle that on and set the times that you want here for each of the individual days. If a step is set to go out outside of the run schedule that you put in here, it'll just queue up to go out the next time the run schedule opens. So good example, if you have it Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and the text is scheduled to go out at 5:30 on a Friday, it's not going to go out. It's just going to go out the next time it opens on that Monday at 8 a.m. Kind of speaking on when these steps go out, they will go out based on the lead's time zone. As long as we have the state and the kind of time zone for that record in there. That way, if they're in Pacific, but you actually work on the East Coast, you can make sure that your records are receiving texts, emails, etc. at appropriate times. If you don't have the state or the time zone in that record for one reason or another, then Shape will fall back on your time zone to decide when it's going to actually send that out. Each of the pre-made campaigns will already have a workflow built in with emails, text, task creations, just depending on what the goal is for that campaign. You can always freely adjust these. Over here on the left, you can edit, delete, or just preview what that step looks like if you want to take a look without opening it up. You can reorder if you want to click and drag to put that text or email or whatever it may be in a different order. Feel free to click and drag. Then you have your schedule of when each step is going to go out. Each step in a drip campaign delays from the previous step in the campaign. So this first email is set to immediately, so it's going to go immediately when the status changes. This text is immediately, so it's going to go immediately after this email. This email is 1 day, so it's going to go out 1 day after this text. This one immediately after the email, etc., kind of on down the list. If you get confused on the schedule, you have a day counter here. It'll tell you exactly what day in the campaign it's going to go out. So you can kind of use that as a guideline to make sure that things are going out when you need them to. You can delay these steps anywhere from 5 minutes up to a year. So you can really stretch or shrink that run schedule just depending on when you want each of these steps to go out and how comfortable you are with the cadence and how often the campaign is actually reaching out for you. If you have a delay that's greater than 1 day, so you'll see here this is grayed out because we're sending it immediately, but this one is not because it's delayed a day. So greater than 1 day, we can use this. You can set a specific time frame for when you want that to happen, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, night, graveyard, or early morning. Now, even though most drip campaigns do emails and texts, Shape's drip campaigns can also do task creation for you. So in this case, on day 1, we have a follow-up call. All this does is it creates a task assigned to that user to follow up with a phone call. So kind of automating that reminder for the user to go in there and give that person a call. You can add task templates here in templates and resources and task templates. So if you want to set up a handful of those to be able to have Shape create those for you along the way, you can do so very easily. Shape can also change the status of those records. So at the bottom here, we have a 3-day delay, but if they get through this entire campaign and they are still in new lead, then Shape is just going to change their status for us to long-term nurture. That way they're not hanging out in new leads all day long. If they never got back with us, never reached back out, we don't want them hanging out in new leads, clogging things up. We can just automatically have Shape move them to long-term nurture just to keep everything organized. We can also assign records in drips. So if on a certain day we want to assign a specific user to the file to follow up on it, or even assign it to a particular team, department, or just run distribution rules at that point, we can absolutely do so just by putting that step where we want it in the campaign. Last but not least, we have webhooks. So if you are webhooking out to another platform, such as Zapier, or even directly to another platform, then you can easily do so just by having a webhook created, and then you can add that step in the drip campaign so that the webhook fires when you need it to. If you haven't configured that webhook, you can do so right here in Apps and Integrations and manage webhooks. Once you are done with the campaign, you're happy with the content, everything's good to go, just save and continue, and then of course toggle that on whenever you are ready. When it comes to toggling a campaign as active, there's a couple of things to note. if I turn this on, essentially nothing happens right now. So even though it's now active, it's not just going to start firing off for people that are already in our initiation status. So if we have a couple of new leads that we want to start on the campaign, just make sure it's toggled on. Go to your list, wherever those new leads are hanging out. So let's say we want some of these guys. We can change them out of new lead to say attempting contact, just something else that doesn't have a drip campaign tied to it. Once it's moved out of new lead, we can move it right back in to start them on the campaign as long as it matches all of our enrollment criteria. And you can also do this in bulk. So if you want to select a bunch of people, maybe even this entire list, you can do so and then change that status out of new lead, say into attempting contact, and then just let that process, reselect them all, and then move them right back into new lead. Hopefully this video helps. If you guys have any follow-up questions on drip campaigns, don't hesitate to reach out to help@setshape.com.